You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. It is bright out here today, but it's pretty freaking cold. So, first off, what we didn't do last time was, how wide is this actually, how it's set up currently? Let's find out. Ooh, we're gonna be tight. Okay. I guess we'll move this out just a little bit. 11 foot. I think we're just over 11. Doorway's 11, I believe. Oh no, it's 12 wide, we're good. Yep, we're good. Okay, so the 75/20 fits in with the duals on. That's a win. So, my plan at some point, I'll explain what we're actually doing today. This truck can actually come out of here, and because we're not gonna do much more. We got everything apart so we can rebuild this. We'll get some metal. We'll do some fab work on this one, fab work on the hitch, send it. So we'll do that, so that truck can come out. This truck, in the next few days, we're gonna get a manure pump for it. So then we'll start doing fab work on that. In the meantime, the 75/20, we're gonna pull that front axle out, put new bushings, and make sure the seals and bushings and everything in the front axle as far as where it pivots on it. So the front axle actually, what would the word be, oscillates? Yeah, oscillates on the front axle. So there's two pins that stick out both sides, and when you wiggle the tractor you can see that there's some play in there because the front axle moves and it's trying to. So that has been on my list. Plus it's got a small leak, so just gotta drop the front axle, pull it out, do it, slide it back, put it in. So that'll be good to have in the shop, in the hoop building, so we can take it apart and then not have to worry about it, not have to worry about picking it up, cleaning it up. But yeah, we're not doing that today though. So today is a little bit of fabrication day. I got the farm's mixer wagon to weld new panels in the front and back. We've done the auger flighting, but we got to do the front and back panel. The front is absolutely shot, and I figure the back's probably on its way. And when the back is shot, then that means the oil gets dumped back into the feed. So that's not good. So 75/20 fits in there, which is cool. It's like 11.6, and that doorway is 12. So that doorway is 12 foot by 13 foot, which is cool. So that front can go on, and then we will be good. But first, I got to calve out. I gotta enter some cows that calved out. Okay, what do we got? Do we got 2 or 1? I guess I'll wait and ask them what they got. Alrighty, so this is Deere Pro. This is what's considered the milk and queue. Deere Pro is dealer valves management software for parlors with data, rotaries with data, with technology, and robots. So red is anybody overdue, like well overdue, should milk. Granted, these red cows are 300 plus days in milk, 283. I'm not that worried. Are they all pregnant? They're all pregnant. When does it dry off? Oh, she should have been dried off on Friday. Yeah, they're all. Ooh, she's open. So yeah, that's a problem cow. So anything highlighted in blue like this and this one So she's actually in the robot. It says 7 minutes since last visited. So when she leaves, it will change and she'll go to white, which means she doesn't have milk information. But the cows that I say to focus on, and I do this as a day job, is the cows that are 70 days or less. Get them going. Make sure the first 2 weeks they're actually milking, doing well. So that's a huge priority. So currently we'll click back to the monitor board. Let's look at fresh cows. So fresh cows, 70 days or less, you can see these two are just freshened, 1 day and 3 days. But on average, we're milking them 3.2 times a day. That does calculate in that one as an average, things like that. But most of them, 4 times, 4 times, 4 times, 3 times. There is this 2 time. Is she a heifer? Yeah. So, but that is a priority. So what I'm doing right now is entering a new calving. There's only one actually to calve. So new dry cow. Expected calving date was 2/25, so 5 days before, which is, that's okay. So new event. Calving. The date, today's date, was a normal calving. Let's add the calf, normal calf. It was a male calf, which we do not keep the males because we're not in the steer or bull raising business. So we sold it because it was male. So you save that. So now it switches. It says this cow is second lactation. She's fresh. So we're also gonna do group change. And the new group will be VMS cows. So when we change the group, AMS settings, let's make her an active cow. She's a milk cow. She's a colostrum 1 cow, which is, we have colostrum 2 or 1. It depends where we want it to go. They're both the same currently now. And divert dates for 3 days because we are using Spectamast. There's technically no milk withhold on it because it's not an antibiotic. But we do like diverting it just because color, and we do feed the calves. So milk and permission, that's all automatically selected. So automatically I guess she never did get selected. So this is blood divert automatically. So if she shows any color is the big thing. It diverts the milk and then it washes the system. Notification if blood divert comes, if blood level elevates. And then you got configuration. So she's all 4 quarters. She must have a weird left or right rear quarter. And she must be slow to milk because we put on takeoff based on low flow. The only other thing we got to do, give her some grain. I got to remember what the grain level is. Feed tables. Feed tables take effect at day 1. Technically, their first day of calving is day 0. So step up table starts at 7. So we put them at 7 pounds. Where was she? So 7, target of 7, available. Give her 3 pounds for her first visit. Tomorrow we'll start stepping her up. What I mean by, that's what I'm actually doing. I'm supposed to put the transponder. Continue editing. You guys are distracting me a little. So B transponder, 9031 is 9031 activity, which is like a Fitbit, 55122. That's gonna say, yeah. So when she comes in, it will turn that activity tag on if it wasn't on a cow. And then, what was I gonna show you? So here's how the feed table actually works. So on day 1, it starts stepping her up, gets her to 13 pounds of grain available. We feed roughly 3 pounds per visit of grain, and then it's dispensed out. So there's a lot of factors that go into feeding cows in a robot barn. And it's really up to your nutritionist and up to your feed quality and your days in milk and how cows are turning. So there's a lot of variables that from one farm to another. Let's see what else we got going on. So yeah, she is now in here So she was dried off 60 days ago, which is good. So she's gonna be that maroon color, and I like to right click and mark it. That way we know that that is a fresh animal. So, and as far as the Fitbit activity system, so here's a cow with 3 stars. She's actually pregnant, so she could be running around with somebody. But 3 stars mean, I'll pull this one up. Activity. So here is her activity of what she's supposed to be doing. In the gray, that's her average. And here's what she did yesterday. So she was greatly elevated. And as you see, it said 1 star. She was starting to elevate. And then it alarmed and said 3 stars. So she's much higher. And then there's a little blue diamond, which means she was inseminated. So, and then last insemination, all her information here. So she's making 133 pounds, 4th lactation, 94 days in milk. Let's look at her lactation graph actually. So this is what she's doing. That is what, yeah, that's her 7-day average. This is the herd average, including the heifers. And then this is the 3rd lactation, what they usually do. So 3rd lactation usually is 104 or so pounds. So she's above average of what we want to see. And then this down here is what her grain consumption is for the day, for daily intake. So a lot of information with robots, and I have a lot of people that do comment on the videos of robot side of it, of cost associated with it, but paying people to milk cows, especially when they're changing minimum wage to overtime at 40, or changing ag regulations to overtime at 40 hours, it's going to kill anybody who has labor. It's really the struggle. Granted, we do a lot of other things than just milk cows, so we do have labor on the farm, but if all we did was milk cows, it would be drastically easy for one person to feed cows, manage the whole facility, and do that way. So my farms that I work with that have 300 cows and had a bunch of labor beforehand milking cows all day long, that's where the cost of a robot gets offset, because labor is expensive. Nobody really realizes it. People say, oh yeah, you pay somebody $15 an hour to milk cows, but then you have to start associating workers' comp, insurance, housing, everything like that, and before you know it, you're paying somebody $60,000 a year to milk cows. Alrighty, figured I'd split up the video. So we're actually gonna get this started, get it into the hoop building. That way, when it snows these next few days, if you haven't noticed, it's like 50 degrees out today. So when it snows the next few days, at least it will be underneath cover, and maybe I'll start tinkering on it. We are going to the farm show, so that is scheduled. But yeah, the jacks, the safeties are up. So I believe the pressure is off of these. Yeah, it is. So we'll get this unhooked here, and then we'll go tuck this in there. We'll get the white truck out, give us some more projects to work on. Loves it. So this is the first time all year, New Year, that this has actually been started. So we're unhooked from the chisel plows. We'll go get the white truck started and get it over here, because we're not going to work on that till after the farm show. And yeah, most of that we can work on and not have to, we can just work on the pipe that I already took off, so truck doesn't actually have to be undercover. But we're going to pull this front axle out of this, and I'd like that undercover. That does mean this tractor's got to get out of the way, and then we'll pull the truck out. And because we measured earlier, which was yesterday, I did. So here's my rant on this thing. Okay, let me find the light. So this thing got serviced and we couldn't figure out how to reset the oil interval. And I don't know if you guys can see this very much. So it was saying that the oil interval needed to be changed, and it said, well, service interval. And it says contact your dealer. So with a little research, you hold both down. I think you hold both down. Yep. And it brings you into diagnostics, which then from diagnostics, you got to get the device changed. So you click this one. Now I got to remember. Oh no, I click this one. So then it comes up with the AIC. You click down. Nope, you click it again and again and again and again and again and again and so on until you get to, yeah, this takes a minute. This is such a pain. Until you get to VTV, which, as you know, we're still working on getting there. Ooh, there we go. So we're in VTV. You click enter, and then from there you go to 45 on the number. Oh, went past it. You go to 45, and then it's at 000 because, well, I just changed the interval. But you got to do that many steps. It's like a hidden secret so that you got to have Deere come do it. That is just stupid. And yeah, so I was watching a video the other day, and Deere CEO in 2020 made $250 million, and the year before he made 119. And it's all because of like the proprietary rights of a lot of these parts and selling parts. So it's crazy. But yeah, selling the tractor isn't the thing that they make the most money off of. It's all the stuff after. So parts and service. Oh, but alrighty, did get that done. So I'm gonna get back out of this. I guess the best thing is shut the key off, get back in. Oh, got some radio jams. So we'll get this, let this warm up. And this is only an M series. Like an R series, couldn't even imagine. Nico wants to come party. I'm not going anywhere yet. We got to get everything started up, moved, get ready. So I got to check back on where my parts are for this quick hitch, but they should be on their way. I would think so. Turn the battery kill. Probably shut the hood. Okay. So as all this stuff warms up, we are going to the farm show for Saturday, and then we're going on some trips after. So I do got to get my pickup. Oil's good. Yeah, we'll just run through everything, and we got to get it loaded. So might need blocks of wood, straps. I got all my chains. Got to make sure I have all my tools. So we got a pile of things to do once we get the tractor moved over, along with you sporting your new collar. You love it. You tell everybody you love it. Yeah, that way when you get lost in places you shouldn't be, people can call me and say, hey, I got your dog. We're gonna get these tires in because they're just a pain. We are supposed to get on Friday like 6 to 9 inches of snow, which is crazy. So on Thursday night, my plan is to head to New York. Might do a little bit of farm touring, see some people, see some friends, shake some hands, you know. But Saturday farm show, and then we'll keep going from there. So let this stuff warm up and then move everything out. Whew. I sure do love running this thing. It's a love-hate relationship, but yep. Hydraulic's got a little bit of air in it, it seems. Before I put this in there, all those tires I should put in the back around that cab. That'll make my life easier. Dang, the steering. What happens when things sit around? I'll go grab the loader. No point in leaving them out all the time. The white truck could fit in with the tires in the back because we did leave some space, so we'll organize them. I really need some pallets. Some people have been saying, oh, you need to get a bench, this, that. I know, I'm looking. I'm searching. I'm doing what I can. So, and these tires, some of them are for the white truck, some of them are for the 10-wheeler. In there. Okay, so on this side we looked really good. Granted, I'm coming in at an angle just because the trucks can't go straight in. So this side we were pretty good. This side I did rub up against the little, like it wiggled it, which it might not be. Yeah, this might not be perfectly straight, so we might have had enough room. But yeah, when we place the blocks, we got to be very adamant that we have them right up against it, because otherwise this is not gonna fit in here. But it is cool that it is in here. Definitely will be nice. So what we have to do to get this front axle out, we're not doing it right now, but we're gonna jack everything up, block both sides because, you know, safety. So we'll jack everything up, block it, and then let me climb underneath and show you. So you can see it's leaking right there. So this pin is what everything rotates on. So we gotta drop these bolts that are up in the front. So there's 4 here, and I think there's 4 more in the back. There might be 6 in the back. We drop that, take the drive shaft off, which is 4 bolts, and then this whole front axle will roll right out we can do everything, and then we'll roll it right back underneath. So that is the plan with it. It's amazing how much bigger those semis are. Like, look at, we still got all this room. So get the tires here. We'll palletize them or stack them or do something. But, like, damn, a lot of room. But we are now 1970s. So 74, 74. Mint. Tucked away. So probably next time we're gonna get into any of these projects between the two of these, we'll be a few days from now, maybe a week from now, because we are going on a road trip, and that's still predetermined, or to be determined, of where we're actually going, what we're doing, what we're seeing. But farm show and some other stuff. So they're parked away. This is the farms. Granted, I've been using the generator. Plus, I hate leaving a generator outside, and that's what they've been doing with it. It's aware that shouldn't happen. Plus, tractor inside makes it a little bit better. So, yeah. What a setup. 1974 between the two of them. So, alrighty. I do got to move this because they are going to move some cows out of this back barn tomorrow. Next thing on the agenda is just getting this ready, so that's probably a tomorrow thing. It's 8 o'clock now. Do gotta get home and do some stuff, but I'll get this started up, and then we will see where we get to tomorrow and how much we get into. Like a charm. So I'll get this moved out of the way, and actually I'll let it warm up. It takes a little bit. Yeah, not too much crazy today. It is nice that I got that in there. That's going to be a real big perk as far as working on it. We can take things apart and not worry about stuff getting rained on, snowed on, working in the wind, stuff like that. So having a covered area has definitely made it a lot better. That I'll step away from that because it's going to start howling. That we can get projects done in a timely manner, and makes my life better. So appreciate you guys watching along. Don't forget, all short sleeve XL, or all short sleeve black t-shirts are 10% off till the 6th, because the vendor hooked it up to me, so I passed the savings on. I also threw out there, anybody that puts an order over 50, I'll put your name on the corn box, and we end up getting a corn planter. Just something to interact with you guys. I appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing, being part of it. So duffyag.com, hit it up, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.